Hi, this is Chris from Revenge Performance. Today we're very excited. We're going to be unboxing a twin disc clutch for the 3000 GT and Dodge Stealth platform. And no, you're not watching last week's video. I know we said that last week, but this week we're actually going to look at a strapped version of that clutch. The version of the clutch we looked at last week was a post drive or a leg drive, which is very typical in a twin disc aftermarket clutch unit. And they're very strong. They are very easy to rebuild and things like that. The only issue is that floater can actually move around a little bit in there, and basically that gives you the characteristic clutch down at a stop rattle that a lot of twin disc clutches have. And they do what they can to keep tight tolerances so that doesn't rattle excessively. But for some people on a street car, they really don't want it to make any kind of noises. They don't want the cars adjacent to them thinking there's something wrong with their transmission or something like that. And also, that rattle means that there's a little bit of clearance in some parts, and so when you have clutch uptake, that's actually going to give you a little more chatter on the clutch, a little more judder as the clutch engages. So for our car, for our 1995 Dodge Stealth, which has twin Garrett GTX 2867s on it, we are currently making 608 wheel horsepower with some plans to turn the boost up a little bit and get to about 700. And so we need a very strong clutch. But we also drive the car around town, on the street. We drive through the drive-thru at McDonald's and stuff like that. And so we want the car to be super easy to drive, and we also don't want that rattle if it can be avoided. It's not like our car is as quiet as, you know, a brand new luxury car or something like that. So it's not like any kind of rattles or noises bother us that much. But I don't want it to rattle and sound, you know, like a dump truck or something like that, idling and things like that, if it's possible. And so Clutch Masters has made this clutch for us, this twin disc strapped version. As far as we know, this is the first one out there, but we're very excited. This is proven technology on other platforms, and this is proven to eliminate virtually all the rattle that a twin disc usually has, and also make the clutch a lot smoother to drive. And so let's just dive right in. If you haven't watched our video on the Clutch Masters twin disc from last week, the post drive, please check that out on our channel, because a lot of this we're going to cover, we're going to go through a little bit quicker, and so we're not going to cover every little single detail that we did last time. Just to keep, you know, this video interesting. Okay, your pad in here. Once you get this open up, like on the last clutch, you're going to have some torque specifications on here and on the back, so make sure you follow those. They're very, very, very similar to the Mitsubishi recommendations for torques for the flywheel, and so there's no harm in following these exactly. Use a little Loctite 242, which is the medium strength thread locker on any flywheel or pressure plate bolts. In the box, new throttle bearing. This is originally made by Toyo, and they've modified the snout here to fit this clutch's pressure plate. So make sure you use that and don't try to use your stock throttle bearing. Got swag in the box. We are going to swag out the car here in a little while. We're actually producing stickers for the windshield right now, so you can rock your Revenge Performance. And we're going to be sending those out with some orders really soon, some surprise customers. And we're also going to put some of the parts we're running, like Clutch Masters. And in here, you also got some technical details on this business card here. You can contact us with any technical questions about this clutch, but if you want to get to the manufacturer, your information's right here. And there's also a clutch alignment tool. As we mentioned in the last video, on a twin disc clutch particularly, it's very critical that you get these clutches aligned right so the transmission just slides right in. And so this is going to help with that. Okay, down to the meat here. Make a little room here. We have a very similar cover assembly stuck in here. Just going to set this here and get this box out of the way. Some of the notable differences on this clutch assembly. You'll notice that this says 850 strapped. So this is the strapped edition of this cover. The cover's a little bit different on the strap versions because there's basically more bolts because of the way that the straps go through the system here. There's these little lock bolts here for the strap settings and assemblies in here too. But otherwise, pretty similar. Still made in USA. We can usually get these out in 3 or 4 days. No big delay on these. These are made to order, but it's still a pretty fast turnaround time. So we'll just take out these Allen bolts to get the cover assembly off. You always want to check when you're taking something like this apart that the bolts are the same length. In this case, I know that they are, but you may find in some scenarios you have longer or shorter bolts, and you definitely don't want to use the wrong bolts, because too long of bolts can damage something, or too short of bolts just won't work, or they'll strip out your threads. So we're going to take this cover off and take a look inside. We're also going to have some shots of this clutch on the website. It's available for purchase at ourbenchperformance.com. So we're going to take this cover assembly off, and you'll notice that the floater and the second disc in here all comes out at once. That's due to the way the straps are bolted together. You'll also notice this strap drive right there, and you also notice no noise. So a little bit you might be hearing in there is just a silica packet that's in there, but this clutch is silent. If you take a post drive clutch and rattle it like that, you're going to hear a little bit of noise. And so this is going to be super awesome on the street, particularly since we elected for an organic disc for our flywheel side disc here, right here. This is basically an unsprung organic disc. It's a little bit stronger material than a stock type of disc because it's infused with copper and some other materials like that. And the other disc on this clutch assembly is a cerametallic with a sprung hub. So the way this is going to act is this is going to act a lot like a single organic unsprung disc. So it'll be very easy to drive, but then once the slack is taken up in these springs, the cerametallic disc is going to give a lot more holding capacity. So this particular clutch is rated at 700 foot-pounds, which we may be kind of getting there on the Stealth. If we do find this won't hold enough, we can always swap this disc out for another ceramic disc, but I don't think we'll have that problem. Other than that, we're just very excited to be able to offer this clutch for our platform. Again, as far as we know, it's the first strapped twin disc available. Most of the domestic cars out there and other platforms that use twin discs use a strap system because they want smooth clutch uptake, and they also want to eliminate all the rattles. So if you need this clutch, or if maybe this clutch is too much for you and you want a different type of clutch, please view us at ourbenchperformance.com. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're not just trying to get subscribers up, but we want to know what content you'd like. So if you like this type of content, you like the testing we do on our parts, please subscribe, like, and ring the bell, because we're trying to release videos every week, and you're going to see some exciting stuff for this and other platforms on our YouTube channel.